And a good midday Friday. Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights, VELCO Weather Hazards Forecaster. This is the VELCO Weather Hazards Outlook. Big feature is the upper level low and surface low that's over Quebec. That's continuing to spiral in basically a northwesterly flow. But we have the trough line that's back a little bit to the west of us. That's going to enhance some showers and thunderstorms that are going to be developing across Pennsylvania, western New York, central New York. And there are currently a few thunderstorms in progress, even a severe warning in parts of the central Mohawk Valley. Now, I'm expecting shower and thunderstorm activity to be primarily rain producers and torrential rainfall with flash flooding potential, but it does look like we could see isolated thunderstorms that could reach greater than 40-45 miles per hour and produce some wet microbursts. We'll be watching that for this afternoon. All of this will get whisked on out. It looks like later on this evening, Friday evening. And then we're setting up an area of higher pressure up to the north and west of us that will push in. And we'll start to advect in some cooler air, but also some lower dew point temperatures. And that's going to set the stage for a very nice, fine Saturday and Sunday. Albeit a lot of low clouds will probably hang out, maybe a little bit of drizzle in the morning hours near the mountains on Saturday. But some dry weather headed our way, and it could be a stretch that lasts into most of the day on Monday. Let's take a look at the computer modeling. In the modeling, we have the GFS on the right-hand side, the European on the left-hand side, and both illustrating the shower and thunderstorm activity of today, and some of that could be locally heavy, and again, some wet microburst action potentially for the mostly central and southern areas of Vermont. Now, this will push on out, and we're looking at a drying condition for this coming Saturday and Sunday. There could be a little bit of drizzle here. That's why there's also a little bit of a wet feedback in the process for the European. The GFS model also showing that, and so that tells me there's probably going to be some sprinkles or patchy drizzle potentially in the morning hours on Saturday. That then moves on out, and we get into much better conditions. High pressure takes over, and we're looking at a very fine Sunday, and it looks like most of Monday before this next weather system in a series begins to push into the region. This is going to affect us, it looks like, on Monday night and into the probably a little bit of a transition into the day on Tuesday. And once again, European on the left-hand side, the GFS on the right-hand side, and the GFS does push in the 0Z anyway a little bit faster in the late part of the day on Monday. But we do have a pretty good stretch of dry weather, at least into the early afternoon. Now that next batch of showers and thunderstorms associated with this system will be pushing on through. And it looks like eventually on late in the day on Tuesday, this is going to be seeing some drier air begin to push on in. And another area of higher pressure, this will be on Wednesday. That's the last day of the outlook period. And then beyond that point, we're looking at drying conditions through Thursday, and probably not until somewhere along about Thursday night or Friday, we'll see the next round of showers and thunderstorms push on in. We're getting a little bit more spacing with the drier days now, and that's all good news to dry things out. And actually, precipitation-wise through the outlook period and beyond, looks like we're actually seeing a little bit below normal precipitation in the rainfall. Look, the GFS ensemble shows that we had a little bit of a break in the morning hours after some pretty good moisture that worked in during the overnight period, early Friday morning. Then a secondary maximum, and that's going to be this afternoon into the early evening, and then things from there dry out. We have a nice little space here. Then after that, we're looking at the next round of showers and thunderstorms, and so on and so forth. The total QPF looks like this. So running about somewhere around 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths. And once that goes on by, we dry things out, we level it off, and then the next bout looks like somewhere around a ½ an inch to add to that once we head into the late part of next week. Precipitable water shown here on the GFS ensemble centered on Montpelier. So we have the peak here occurring today. Then we dry things out very nicely. And the next peak looks like it's a little more heavy duty in terms of the available percentages of precipitation that could be squeezed out in showers and thunderstorms. Now looking at CAPE, or convective available potential energy, we have the highest today. That is Friday afternoon. Then a little secondary max, dry things out. And then not as strong CAPE, and then looking at shear overall, not really super shear like. We don't have a lot of wind fields that are very high, except during the days that we have dry weather, so that's good news. And note the desert southwest region is pretty dry, although there's some indications of a slow monsoon starting to work their way up portions of western Mexico. In the meantime, all the heavy-duty action is really going to be in these shortwave troughs that are kind of rolling around this upper trough off to the north and our region into Quebec. And so consequently, we're seeing kind of a band of showers and thunderstorms roll through here, another band that works in across the northeast United States and into adjacent Canada. 2-meter temperature anomalies look like this. We're running actually a little bit below normal in temperature, and that kind of stretches all the way back into the west coast where it's above normal, well above normal in the Canadian archipelago, and then also to the south. We have neutral temperatures forecast for the next 5 days, or meteorological output statistics, or MOS. So these high temperatures running about 3 degrees below normal toward the northeast kingdom, near normal elsewhere, and about 3 days later after that, it looks like this. Again, pretty much close to near normal, below normal off to the west of our region, and then warming up across parts of Mexico and the desert southwest. And tropical activity, there's nothing to worry about. That's nice. And that's probably going to do it. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.